Why am I here at Middleton Church? Why is it so important? On the gateway to the moors in North Yorkshire, this church is fascinating because it shows the exact intersection where our Viking invaders who settled here and had their pagan Norse beliefs intersected with the beginnings of a belief in Christianity. Let's go and have a look and I'll show you more. Look at this huge ancient door. Let's have a look inside. What a beautiful ancient church. But come over here. Here are these strange Christian Norse crosses. Let's take a closer look and see what all this means. So we can see it is a Christian cross. And like a lot in this area, it has the cross with the circle around the top of the cross. And look at this, the typical Norse knotting patterns that are so famous that we've become accustomed to. And as we go down, we can see it's definitely Viking. Look at his helmet, spiky helmet, and the famous Viking short sword and axe. So this is a warrior, maybe commemorate a brave warrior. That's what the historians think. But on the back, it's interesting because we have this Christian cross. But what does the back depict? It is there. Nihugar, the serpent that gnaws at the pagan earth tree. Here being maybe restricted by the cross, the Christian cross, protecting the earth tree within that belief, that intersection between both the religions. This cross goes even further. Look, there is the same tree serpent, not just held by the cross, but also bound by ropes and chains around it to protect the Norse earth tree. And if we go to the other side, we can see a hunter, eroded now, but there with his spear, dogs, a big stag here, look. Again, who is it to commemorate and remember? Is it someone from Norse mythology? Maybe even Thor, Odin, other people, or is it a warrior? Again, look at these intricate knotted designs. I know some of you might be thinking, how strange, how can you have these two conflicting religions? Until you find out, we did it and still do today. We celebrate Easter, or as our pagan ancestors called it, Eostre, the celebration of the change and the goddess who brought spring. And her, what does she have? She had a hare, the Easter bunny, and eggs, which we still use today. And then we have Yule, the celebration, the old pagan celebration that is now Yuletide, Christmas, where we bring in the greens from outside, just as our ancestors did for different reasons. So this constant intersection of beliefs merging into a modern identity. Maybe there's something we can learn in how we all get on today, intersecting our beliefs into something that just works and suits our time, instead of holding on to our past. Because what we hold on to now didn't exist and was always evolving. And interestingly, as we come to modern times, that seems to have stopped. Let's go back to move forward. And we still do see some of the old beliefs still merging into the church with the graffiti. Right here, if you can see, that is what we call a witch mark. And it was a belief that if you carved certain things in this nature, a squared cross, that it protected the church and yourself for doing it from evil spirits and what they believed were witches. This church in itself, on one survey, has over 100 examples of people doing exactly this, showing that those old pagan superstitious beliefs were still here and probably still exist to this day.